So this is where I'm up to now with the hybrid synth. I've fixed a few issues. The filters are now not software driven anymore, but I have dual Envgen8cs on each board, one for the filter, one for the each amplifier. The software, I couldn't just get the software envelopes to work properly, so I canned them. So you've got 4 filter boards with 2 filters on each one. Each one's a pole mixing filter, similar to the Shruti 4LP. Then this is the front panel, which is all encoders and switches, memory patch storage there. On the back you've got the main daughter board, which is upside down, but there's a Teensy 4.1 here, which is talking to all the encoder expanders here, some DACs here, 4 DACs, 8 channel DACs in this location, and over TDM to this board. This board had to be tacked onto the back of this board because if you were any length with the cables, it just simply didn't work, so I had to keep the connections to the Teensy 4.1 as short as possible, and that seems to have sorted it. So that goes off on a ribbon cable. There's 8 voices to the synthesizer, 8 separate outputs, and then these 2 connectors here contain all the control signals, etc. Envelopes, envelope control, CVs for the noise, not for noise, for resonance, and all the common controls like EG depth, and various other bits and pieces. 8 velocities go over there, and 8 it's 4 DACs, it's 32 connections. You've got 8 CVs for the filters, 8 velocities, and 8 ADSR controls, and then 8 miscellaneous. That's the power supply, which is just a simple RQ50C, plus or minus 15 volts, plus or minus 5 volts. And on this part here, I'm going to build an effects board. So that currently is all 8 outputs, and an effects board is going to sit here, and that will give me an FV1 with 32 different effects algorithms and stereo outputs, all controlled by the Teensy, of course. And so it's a fairly simple build, although it's been a pain in the arse. Getting these DACs to work properly has been a bit difficult. I think I've just managed to, this evening, to sort them out a bit. So if we turn it over, we can play. This is the filters here. So basically, I've got twin LFOs, so these are software LFOs, so I've got LFO1 to the left, LFO2 to the right, and if I push the encoder, it should turn the LFO off, which it has done. And I've got key track, positive key track. Oh, that has to be turned on, by the way, with a button there, or negative key track. And again, that can be centered, so turned off. And you've got noise, white noise, software generated white noise, and pink noise. Again, centered off. You've got 3 envelope generators. This is a pitch envelope generator, so I can actually send some pitch into the envelopes. If I can remember how to do it. well. Turn it off. So that's modulation from LFO1 or LFO2. That's pitch envelope inverter off. And I can do that for each oscillator. So I've got oscillator levels, A, B, C. I've got FM depth, which I can turn off. I've got intervals for each oscillator. I've got cross mod. And I've got detune. For oscillator B and C. Then you've got pulse width modulation, which you can set if you set a pulse width wave. That's being modulated now by LFO2. I'm using the pitch envelope now. To change the pulse width modulation, and I can invert that as well. So there's various modulation sources here to the left here, which I won't go into at this moment, but it's quite complex with these combinations of buttons. You've got pulse width modulation can be off. LFOs, envelopes, invert envelopes are off again for each of the oscillators. Then you've got FM source, which again is LFO, envelope, invert envelope are off again. And these buttons do octave up, down, middle for each oscillator. So I'd have to bring in oscillator 2 and oscillator 1 for you to hear them properly. And then you've got velocity, which I've not done any scaling on yet, so it's not right, but it's there. So that's amplifier velocity. Then you've got filter velocity. Again, I need to do a little bit of scaling on that. And the envelope invert, which sounds a bit weird on a low pass filter. And then you've got lots of different filter types. Different filter types, depending whether you invert the pole or not. And then you've got key track as well. Then this one is going to be a re-trigger for the delayed LFO. So basically there's a delay there for LFO1, which the re-trigger will control. And then you've got effects banks and effect numbers here. And these will recall the 32 algorithms. These three controls here will control the effects and the mix. You've got after touch control, pitch bend and modulation controls here, amplifier modulation here, LFO1 or LFO2, into the AM depth. You can push that off as well. Volume, AT depth, pitch bend depth, modulation depth. So I've tried to cover everything. The waves for the LFOs are actually changed by pushing the encoder buttons because I ran out of buttons. That's no problem, just add them as encoder pushes. Same as the oscillator waveforms could be changed. He said, but they're not working. I don't know why suddenly they've stopped working. Oh no, they turn. They don't push, they turn. Don't be stupid. You got sine, saw, reverse saw, square, triangle, pulse, and sample and hold for each one. And these are going to be the unison, poly, and mono, and note priority. And this is your save, your settings, and your back, and your patch recall here. You can recall patches very quickly. There we go. And that's about it. I mean, I've still got a lot of work to do on it, but I've made a little bit of progress tonight. The DACs are stable for a change, which they have not been. Things would happen like if I turned the filter attack, the VCA sustain would adjust. Bizarre. Not even connected in anyway, except on the same DAC. So I'm glad I've sorted that out.